my pleasure to be here with you today to talk about the importance of accepting the situation. Life is full of ups and downs, and sometimes things don't go according to plan. It's easy to get caught up in negative emotions that come with difficult situations. But it's important to remember that accepting the situation is the first step towards moving forward and finding a solution. The reality is that we all face challenges in our lives, whether it's a job loss, a health issue, a breakup, or any number of other difficult situations. But it's how we respond to these challenges that determines our ultimate success and happiness. When we face a difficult situation, our first instinct is often to resist it. We may feel angry, frustrated, or resentful, and we may try to fight against the situation or deny its existence. However, this approach only leads to more pain and suffering. We cannot change what has happened, but we can choose how we respond to it. The key to accepting the situation is to acknowledge what has happened without judgment or resistance. This means letting go of any expectations we may have had and embracing the reality of the situation. When we accept the situation, we free ourselves from the burden of resistance and open ourselves to new possibilities. Accepting this situation doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means taking responsibility for our lives and finding a way to move forward. We may need to make some difficult choices or take some risks, but when we approach the situation with a positive mindset, we are more likely to find success. So say for example, you recently lost your job. When someone loses their job, they may initially feel devastated and uncertain about their future. However, by accepting the situation and taking responsibility for their own career development, they may be able to pursue new job opportunities that would not have otherwise considered. This could lead to a career change, a higher salary, or a more fulfilling job. Maybe you're facing health issues. A person facing a health issue may feel frustrated and powerless. But by accepting the situation and working with medical professionals, they can take control of their health and make positive changes. This could involve making lifestyle changes, seeking alternative treatments, or learning to manage their symptoms in a way that allows them to live a full and active life. Or if you're in a situation where you're ending a relationship, a person going through a breakup may feel heartbroken and unsure of how to move forward. However, by accepting the situation and focusing on personal growth and self-care, they may be able to find new love and a healthier relationship in the future. Maybe it is facing financial difficulties. Facing financial difficulties can be incredibly stressful, but by accepting the situation and seeking out resources and support, individuals can take control of their financial future. This may involve creating a budget, seeking a debt counseling session or a debt counselor, or exploring new job opportunities. Accepting a loss in game could be another situation that one might face, and it can be a challenging experience, especially if we have invested a lot of time and effort in our game, or if we had our heart set on winning. However, it's important to remember that losing is a natural part of any competition, and it provides us with valuable opportunities for growth and learning. Accepting a loss means acknowledging the reality of the situation without judgment or resistance. It means recognizing that we did our best, but ultimately we were outmatched or outplayed. Rather than dwelling on the loss or beating ourselves up for not doing better, we can choose to focus on what we can learn from the experience. For example, we might identify areas where we can improve our skills or strategies, or we might reflect on our emotional reactions and work on managing our emotions more effectively in future competitions. Moving from a loss means letting go of any negative emotions or self-criticism and embracing a growth mindset. It means channeling our energy into positive action, such as practicing more or seeking feedback from others, rather than dwelling on what we cannot change. By accepting a loss and moving on, we not only become better players, but we also develop greater resilience, emotional intelligence, and sportsmanship. Ultimately, whether we win or lose, it's how we approach the game and how we treat ourselves and others that matters most. In all of these examples, accepting the situation doesn't mean giving up or settling for less than what we want. Rather, it means recognizing the reality of the situation, taking responsibility for our own lives, and finding a way to move forward towards bigger and better things. So, how do we develop this positive mindset? It starts with taking care of ourselves. We need to prioritize our physical, emotional, and mental well being and surround ourselves with positive influences. This may mean spending time with supportive friends and family, practicing self-care activities like meditation or exercise, or seeking professional help if necessary. We also need to cultivate a sense of gratitude and resilience. Even in the midst of difficult situations, there is always something to be thankful for. Focusing on the positive aspects of our lives can help us maintain a sense of perspective and hope. And building resilience means learning to bounce back from setbacks and challenges, and using them as opportunities for growth and learning. In conclusion, accepting the situation is not always easy, but it is essential for our well-being and success. By embracing the reality of our lives, taking responsibility for our own happiness, and cultivating a positive mindset, we can overcome even the most difficult challenges and find a path to a brighter future. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you all the best on your journey towards acceptance and fulfillment.